So you were pretty close to TJ Dillashaw, right? I mean, I know you trained with him a few times. I don't know how close you were to him, but that whole EPO thing, man. I Dillashaw, I like him a lot, and I've always liked him, but I don't know how to feel about him now because of that. Because once you do that, once you cheat, and it's just you're different to me. You know what I mean? It's you've taken that competition side out, and you've taken it more to I will do anything to win rather than I want to have a competition and see who's better.
Well, see, actually, I just got off the phone with TJ a couple days ago. TJ is always been that person who, and I look at it from a psychology point of view, is he always grew up winning. He started wrestling at such a young age, and he started naturally talented or more talented than others, so he was always champion most of the time. And he grew up a little wealthier from what I know. So when it came to it, he never grew up losing or with the struggle. So when it came to where he was actually losing, he didn't know how to react. Sadly, he never looked at it as a proper competition. He looked at it as I need to win, and that's also a very high level wrestler's mindset. I need to win. You take me down, I'm going to take you down 100 times. The same takedown to prove to you you'll never get that on me again. And that's trust me, a lot of D1 guys are like that, and sometimes it sucks wrestling them because it's just not fun.
Yeah,
But that's how TJ is. I mean, honestly, I've been and it is true. He is in a sense a cheater during practice because he wants to win and he doesn't know how to react when he loses, and that's sadly the way he takes it. But I've been punch while wrestling, I've been kneed while boxing. That's sometimes he wants to do more to win, and I get it. Is it unfair? Yes, and I'm never ever going to say that what he's doing is right, but I completely understand why he did what he did against Cejudo. Because you look at Cejudo's background, maybe it was the wrestling. Maybe he knew that Cejudo was going to out wrestle him and really outwork him, so he was afraid that the conditioning wasn't going to play, or his condition wasn't going to be able to play a huge part in the fight. Maybe he took the EPOs to really help that, and maybe even helping his weight cut in some sort of way. EPOs, it's a little different, but I get it. Do I commend it? Not at all. I'm never ever going to commend you cheating, but I definitely understand why TJ did it. Um, and he did apologize to me. He apologized to everyone in his training lab and just all the teammates that he's worked with, because it does belittle his legacy. And I can tell you, talking to him a few days ago, he's definitely more humble, because it's one of those things that he can't do anything now. He can't fight, that's for sure, and two, it hinders his legacy. When everyone right now, he was in his prime of his life. Everything was happening to him. I know about all of his sponsors. Like, this dude was making a killing on his sponsors. He lost so much money because of sponsorships. I mean, a couple days ago, I think yesterday actually, they just announced that he was released by Monster. So
damn.
it's like, dude, that was a lot of money. Like his new house that he built was built on sponsorships alone. So that shows how much money he's making, or he made at least. So, losing to Cejudo is it's one, it sucks, but he right now is at the lowest low, and I believe he's paying, in a sense, a bigger price than what most fighters get. Because usually, if you Alistair Overeem or anyone, they usually win a fight and then get pulled to a no contest because of some type of banned substance. But for him, he got knocked out in the worst way. He pretty much lost all of his legacy, and then the whole EPO thing. So it's like, damn, a lot of things are now starting to come to light, and he's looking like an extremely shady person. So right now he's being humbled in a proper way, and I think I honestly think this right now, this whole thing is good for him, because he really is a phenomenal fighter. I don't know if he was taking EPOs for this fight. I don't know if he was taking EPOs, before the fights. But it's one of those things that he, for being such a cocky fighter, for being a person who needs to win, everyone needs to lose. And I think this is probably the best type of loss TJ can get. And I'm excited to see how he does when he comes back, because he has a point to prove. Again, that's how he's been ever since he was a little kid, of just trying to push, 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 so he can be known as one of the best. So for him to come back to try to redeem his legacy, I think is a very good thing for him. And I'm just excited to see what happens next. But it sucks to see TJ Bay out for 2 years for trying to, in a sense, go too far to win a fight, if that makes any sense. Again, I don't commend it, but it's one of those things that if I were to be like, man, I wonder who's going to do this, yeah, it sounds like TJ might do this.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I get what you're
it's
saying. Yeah.
it's just one of those things that again I don't commend what he's done, but he's definitely taken a beating because of what he did and what he chose to do.
It sucks. I mean, it's again, I like TJ a lot, and I've always liked him since his debut, and especially since the Cody fights. Um, I just I want to know whether he was taking him during that time. You know, whether he was taking him during the Cody fights, or he was taking him, during the fights beforehand. Because I don't think so. I think it was more to help him with the weight cut, because it was a big cut for him. But I want to know because I know a lot of other people want to know, just because it's a validation thing, and because once you bring in failing drug tests into it for substances that you have to inject into your body, and it helps you, it's performance enhancing. It questions the validity of your record, and it's something that he has to live with now. But I do think that it was just for this fight. I do think it was just for the weight cut. But we won't know until things get released, if they ever do get released. But yeah, it's just, I guess, again, it's just one of those things where it's like, I like him a lot, but I hope he gets his shit together. And by the sound of it, it sounds like he is getting his shit together, and I wish him the best of luck.
What's crazy is from what I heard, the level of EPO he had in the system technically would have not helped him in the fight, but it was enough level of EPO in the system to get tested and show a positive and give him a 2-year suspension. So that's the crazy thing is, even though he's facing this 2-year suspension, which is definitely deserved, it's the fact of he tried to cheat, and no matter what he did in that cheating aspect, the level of EPO he had in the system would have not helped him at all in the fight, which is the worst type of thing. It's like, oh man, like no benefit whatsoever, and I'm still getting, in a sense, punished to this extent. That's the worst thing possible. And that's why I'm telling you, like he's taking a beating. Talked to him a couple days ago. Like he is at the low of low, and for him, he's just like, dude, I have to take time to myself. And that's crazy for him because he doesn't. He's always working. He's always doing this. He's always doing that. And he's always trying to train. So when I say he's at the low of low, it's pretty ridiculous to even just hear him talk and be as nice as he's trying to be with people. It's definitely hopefully a very humbling experience to him.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Again, he can only go up from here. Once you hit rock bottom, you can't go much farther down. And I hopefully he takes these. Yeah, there's always, but hopefully he takes these 2 years to really reflect on himself, really understand what kind of fighter he wants to be in the future and what kind of fighter he is now, and hopefully he trains his ass off and comes back, better than ever. Because that's what I want to see. I want to see these fighters that make mistakes come back and do better and be a better person